Okay, so to recap what happened last time, we were in Paris. There was, I guess, an archaeological dig site that was hidden where we found a similar three-headed statue to the one that we saw in Marib. It did take me a while, but we managed to get access to the dig site. We solved, I guess, the puzzle or whatever there, which allowed us to forget what we actually learned there, but we basically put the cup down, this newly shined up cup, down onto the ground, and it gave us some information. And here we find ourselves back here in Spain, where we have talked to the Countess, or whatever she is, the woman here, to give her back the cup. But we're on a hunch now that basically the bad guys, if you will, came through here, and they killed this guy who was like protecting the two children of the family. The two children have disappeared, as well as the cup, and everybody was presumed to basically be dead, and the cup stolen. The folks who did this basically said, "We didn't kill it. We killed the guy. We killed the protector guy, but we didn't take your cup, and we didn't do anything with the kids." And since we've found the cup, we now believe that the kids could be somewhere. So I think that's sort of the mystery at hand, is where are the kids? So I've been kind of getting ready to putt around. I don't know if we can just get in here or not. Okay, we can go right in. But all we've done so far here in Spain is kind of hand the cup back to the woman here, and we've also chatted a little bit with her, and I forget the guy's name, but the kind of like her caretaker, if you will, the guy who's constantly watering the grass out here. I do see we've got something going on over here. Oh, hang on. You can see that we've got the stick. This window was open last time we were here, which was kind of an interesting situation. We just straight up use it. Just close. I can close the window, certainly. I don't know if we... Oh, hang on. Can we goof about with this?
I couldn't reach up there.
Again, I'm not really like 100% sure what specifically we're looking for here, but
It was too delicate to move.
We're gonna putt, you know?
A big statuette of the Virgin Mary kept an eye on the place.
So what is this?
Now that it had given up its secret, the glass squares in the lectern were just decorative again.
Yeah, this was a puzzle where we needed to move some chess pieces around in a certain way. I think we need to make checkmate and open this little secret panel here, and that's where the cup was. So that's kind of the sitch.
George Stobart, grave robber. No, I don't think so.
Oh, we did pick this up.
It was the Spanish Bible I borrowed from the mausoleum.
Oh, right. Okay. That's right. Okay, this is good. Let's head back. I'm assuming we need to use this with the woman here, because the other clue that we found was her, like, somebody in her family's and I'm struggling with names right now because it's 2 a.m. But somebody related to her is the grave, who was considered to be missing or whatever. And it had a bunch of hidden Bible verses written on it, but it's just kind of like the shorthand. And none of us know what they actually are. However, we have a Bible now. So we can maybe have this discussion with our buddy here. Yeah, I kind of clicked around until I got it as well. I mentioned on the on my playthrough that I was like, I wonder if this is supposed to be checkmate, and that was like when my random movement clicked finally. So I did the same thing basically. All right, let's see if she takes to this.
Hello again. Here's the Bible from the mausoleum.
I almost forgot that this was a thing.
Very well. Let us begin. The first reference.
Psalms 32:7.
Thou art my hiding place. Thou shalt preserve me from trouble. Thou shalt compass me about with songs of deliverance. My hiding place.
Don't get your hopes up too high. This might just be leading us to where we found the chalice.
True.
You are right, of course. The next.
Okay, John 4:11.
John 4:11. Here. The well is deep. The next. Quickly.
Okay. Corinthians 4:5.
Here it is. Will bring to light the hidden things. Any more?
Just one. Psalms again. 22:21.
Save me from the lion's mouth, for thou hast heard me from the horns of the unicorns. The last is confusing. Lions, unicorns, what does it mean?
I can't guess.
Salient points seem to be a hiding place and a deep well. In no sense is the mausoleum a well, Senor Stobart.
Is there a well in the grounds?
I do not know. I suppose that there must have been once upon a time. Lopez is the man to ask about anything pertaining to the estate.
All right, well, off to Lopez.
I'll have a look around if that's okay.
My home is your home. I shall remain here.
Okay. So we're looking for a well. Interesting. Okay. Specifically, that surrounded chess pieces checkmate the overwhelming aggressor to... Oh. Interesting. Yeah, I didn't really pay much attention to the setup, but yeah, that's actually pretty interesting. Do I need... Okay, so she kept the Bible, so I guess we just need to talk to him. I'm assuming we have a
Hi, Lopez.
an option.
Got a minute?
Certainly, senor. How can I help you?
You must know just about everything that there is to know about this place.
See, I have lived my whole life here in the service of the De Vasconcelos.
Do you know of a well anywhere around here?
A well? Si, senor. This used to be a fortified villa.
Okay.
How can you last a siege without water?
Great. So where is it?
How should I know? The well was covered over in the last century. It was dangerous, you see.
And you have no idea where it was?
None. It was hidden even before my grandfather's time.
Well, you must have a vague idea of where the well is.
It must have been in the old house's courtyard, so that would put it around here.
Here? Okay. Now, how do we find it?
There might be a way. Let me think about it.
We don't have time.
Any ideas yet?
Not as yet, Senor Stobart. I shall give it more thought.
Immediately, like, do you know?
Any ideas yet?
Not as yet.
Okay.
Catch you later, Lopez.
Adios, Senor Stobart.
More than likely, we're gonna need to do something ourselves, right? Now, there's kind of like a spot back here, isn't there? I can click on before we were trying to sneak in many moons ago. Oh, okay, maybe not.
The main part of the house was old, but nowhere near as old as the gatehouse section.
The gatehouse, is that over here then? Is this the gatehouse? So there is like an area over this way, as you can see here. So all we did previously was we folded the hose up so that we could, again, get in, sneak into the house. I do wonder, what we can do here. I mean, this guy's getting water from here. Maybe the well is...
I didn't like the idea of carrying 30 yards of hose around me, so I left it alone.
That's too bad.
Nope, I wasn't going to screw around with Lopez's hose, now that we were getting on so well.
So well. So well. Okay. It's more than likely it is outside, but I'm gonna just peek in here briefly because there is kind of sort of a room over here. I don't know if we can really go in there, but I know that
It was just a little utility room with no exit, unless you counted the window, and I didn't.
What is this? Okay, don't tell me. That's fine.
The mirror from Lopez's utility room. Yep, I was still looking great.
A mirror. A mirror. Why do we have a mirror?
I wasn't gonna put on the armor, and I couldn't see anything else to do with it.
Okay. Well, what are we have here? I'm just gonna scoot. Let's move the screen over a little bit. I guess it could be over here as well. I haven't really explored a heck of a lot of that area.
It was the driveway down to the main road. I didn't want to leave just yet, though.
Okay. It just kind of looked old, right? So I was like, oh, maybe we want to give it the old college try here. I'm hoping that I didn't just need the George completely soaked now, by the way. I wasn't really sure if like we just need to pick that up and then maybe Lopez has another answer. Let's poke around here. I did some looking around on the initial pass through here, but like it was not we weren't looking for a well, that's for sure. All right, so that just is looking at the building.
I didn't want to mess with the building. The De Vasconcelos Mausoleum, where 5 Templars lie.
Okay. This is no
The De
different, right?
Vasconcelos, where
Yeah. It's hard to tell like if there's a specific hit box on some of these things. Like it's difficult.
high up in the dome were windows. I guess they might open them to make it less stuffy in there. I couldn't climb up there without breaking something. The mirror from...
Mirror. Like, can we use the mirror on the little pedestal here? I don't know where it would do. No.
It was a rod with a cone and a hook on the end. I guessed it was for snuffing out the big candle in the chandelier.
I don't know what the advantage of the window is quite yet. So we'll leave it closed for now. All right, I guess we'll check with Lopez. Maybe he's thought of something. I don't know. We have picked up a mirror, of which we don't really know what to do with it yet. But we have it. We have it in our possession. I think we're moving out of here. There we go.
Hi, Lopez. Got a minute?
Certainly, senor.
Any ideas yet?
Not as yet.
I borrowed your mirror. I hope you don't mind.
No, senor. if you think it will be of help.
I don't suppose this red nose means anything to you, does it?
Ah! Elf!
Elf.
Elf!
Oh.
He is a...
Yeah.
Catch you later.
Adios!
Well, now we need. Yeah, I don't really know. This is a tricky one. And presumably it's just been patched over, but it doesn't seem like I'm going to be able to get it without Lopez pushing it forward in some way. But that seems like I need to do just something generally. And then like suddenly he'll be like, "Oh yeah, I know what to do here."
Hello again. Does this mean anything to you?
Nothing at all.
Good talk, good talk.
I'll just have another look around.
Very well.
A mirror.
I doubted the Templars had hidden anything in there. I didn't recognize any of the titles, apart from an ancient edition of Don Quixote. From the window, I could see some sort of balcony. It didn't look like it was used too often. From the window, I could see the garden, including Lopez, who was still watering the damn thing.
Trying to think of just like maybe there's some place I can put the mirror and like we have sort of a Monkey Island 2 like moment of like it shows a beam.
It was way too warm to light the fire.
We didn't
Now,
start
what
the
would I want with a
fire.
bunch of logs? I
Is
came
it
here
when
to
it's
solve
too
a
hot?
mystery, not go jousting.
What if jousting is the mystery?
Military hardware, medieval style. The fire was made up and ready, waiting for the year to turn cold. There was a bookcase, bureau kind of affair. An old grandfather clock stood against the wall.
The biggest stumper in the game. Oh boy. Worse than the goat? That's the question.
I didn't want a pot plant.
Is that just part of that?
The main part of the house was old, but nowhere near as old as the gatehouse section.
Gatehouse section. This is the mausoleum. I assume this is the gatehouse. I don't really know.
It was the driveway down to the main road. I didn't want to...
Yeah, I don't want you to leave.
It was the driveway. I didn't...
Just want you to look, pal.
Mausoleum, summer house. Easy mistake to make. Lopez. One man and his hose.
Disagree. Got the goat faster because you're the goat. Very good. All right. They covered it up because it's dangerous. We know this.
I wanted to go swimming, but I didn't have the time. Down below the estate, I could see the sea stretching away. It was a beautiful sight, and looked a lot like the scene from the manuscript. I didn't want to mess with.
This looks different on top. Is that a different hotspot?
I wasn't about to go clambering on rooftops if I didn't have to.
What is it?
The statue on the top of the building looked like the one in the Parisian church. He seemed to be looking out to sea. For what?
Looking out to the sea.
The Devasconche, where five. The statue on the top of the building looked like the one in the Parisian church. He seemed to be looking out to sea. For what?
Well, even if it's not the biggest stumper, it certainly is one of the stumpers. One of the stumpers of all time. This is a good one. Cooking now.
A big
So I'm just kind of gonna putt around with the mirror here a little bit. Is there anything else in here that would help? No.
Now that it had given. A big statuette of the Virgin Mary kept an eye on the place. High up in the dome were windows. I guessed they might open them. Hanging from the ceiling was a huge yellowed candle. It looked really old and had never been lit.
Never been lit, you say?
I couldn't.
Can we light the end of this? It says it's to put it out, but
Now that it had given up its secret, the glass squares in the lectern were just decorative again.
It's interesting that he describes this.
It was a rod with a cone and a hook on the end. I guessed it was for snuffing out the big candle in the chandelier.
I'm trying to think, can we put something on the end of it? The cloth? Okay. That's interesting. So the only thing we really know about this cloth, other than that everybody thinks it's disgusting, is that it's flammable, right? Can
No,
we
that
now
was
use
a
it?
silly idea.
Okay. No, no, don't, George. Let's not get hasty here, sir. Okay, we were on to something good here. Don't know why. Okay, so can we do...
No, that was a silly...
George, we do not need to overreact and take the thing off of there. I mean, there's nothing... Unless we can stick everything on the end of this. No. I think there's something special with this. Something with tissue. Okay, won't use it on the window. What do we just do? Do we just take it off again?
I couldn't reach up there.
I clicked the rod. Was that what it was? You can't win. Let's try this again.
No, that was a...
That was a silly idea. I better undo all this hard work. That is maddening. A simple no is fine, then just leave it. Okay, we've tried this, right?
No, that was a silly idea.
Tis a silly place. We're getting there. I think we're getting there.
No, that was a...
And there's only so many things I guess I can do this with. So we've tried it with the window, we've tried it with the candle. I think we've tried it with down here, right? Although this has... Okay, hang on. Oh. Okay, so this became a usable thing. Okay, how about this? Gotta light the candle. I don't know what this is gonna do. This could be good though. It is flammable. Beautiful, okay. Oh, we got a cutscene. Oh, what do we have here? It's like a pawn. Or a
The
bishop.
candle had burnt brilliantly, but only for a couple of minutes. Some kind of special formulation, I guess. And had yielded up this. A complex shape expertly cut in stone. I figured it was some kind of key.
Oh. Thought it was a chess piece again. Okay, it's a key.
The tissue was pretty charred, but the grease paint had done most of the burning.
We're still gonna hang on to this tissue. This tissue is actually the goat in the end here. I love it.
It was a smooth, intricately carved piece of stone that had been concealed inside the great candle.
Okay. Okay, so we've got a key thing. I assume we needed to close the window to maybe make sure it wouldn't blow out or something.
I couldn't reach up there.
So we just kind of did that. Okay. Okay, interesting. I don't really know what we have that's necessarily locked right now. So what I'm gonna do is we'll do a pass through here, and speak to the usual suspects here and see if we can get any information out of them. Maybe they know where to use this on next. Why would they be doing this complex setup to get a candle? Yeah, it's kind of weird. I didn't like I thought about lighting the candle, but it never occurred to me to be like I should put the tissue on there to make it go. I guess it makes sense in hindsight. I did try using the stick on the candle, but it's like you just immediately put it down. That puzzle could have used like one more hint, I think. Something that kind of like hinted than the fact that like you could do something a little bit more with the candle, but I guess we just kind of poked around a little bit and got it. All right, let's ask her quickly about this thing.
Hello again. What do you make of this?
It looks like some sort of key. Where did you get it from?
It was buried inside the great candle in the mausoleum.
Inside it. What have you done to it?
I, lit it.
But it is irreplaceable.
Listen, the candle was to be lit in case of Moorish attack, right? Well, it burnt down in no time and revealed this key thing. Maybe that was the real purpose of lighting the candle.
What are you suggesting?
That lighting the candle was the equivalent of break glass in case of emergency.
Sentiment must not stand in the way of solving this mystery. You did the right
Okay,
thing.
she's got some sense. That's good.
What does this charred tissue suggest to you?
You have pyromaniac tendencies?
What do you make?
It is the stone key that you showed me earlier, is it not?
Okay, so that's all you've got for me, huh?
I'll have a look around if that's okay.
My home is your home. I shall remain here.
I thought that might be. I mean, I guess that was interesting. That was a pretty natural reaction to it. Lopez, come on through, I guess. My main man here. Actually getting it lit took way too long. Just missed the candle hitbox. Yeah, that's what happened. Yeah, like Archie said, that's what happened to me too. Like I thought I clicked on the candle thinking like, oh, that kind of makes sense. Because yeah, as you say, Havorius, like the Archie rather, the painter continue like that's why it took me forever to do the last set of puzzles. Is because like they were laying it on super thick that like, oh, this guy will catch on fire and I'll explode. Keep it away from my cigarette and all this stuff. Yeah, and like yeah, I guess that they give you the solution to the puzzle like way before you expect it. But I also clicked on that spot. I thought I clicked on the candle on the left, but I guess I must have clicked on George, and I think George like absorbs the stick hit spot or something. I don't know. I guess we were persistent, so that's good. But that's tough. That was a really tough one.
Hi, Lopez. Got a minute?
Certainly, senor. How can I help you?
Do you know what this is?
No, senor. Is it some kind of key?
Yeah, I think it probably is.
Where did you get it?
It was hidden inside the big candle in the mausoleum.
And you burnt it? I wondered what the light was I saw through the window. My lady will be furious. The candle was centuries old.
No, it's cool. She realizes how important finding this key is.
It's cool. That's our conversation?
Hi,
It's
Lopez.
like it's cool.
Got a minute?
It's cool.
Certainly, senor.
Any ideas yet?
Help me out.
We are
pal.
looking for a source of water, see?
Yes.
For generations, the Spanish country folk have had a secret way of locating water, even if it is meters beneath the ground.
Ah, you're not talking about water dousing, are you?
Eh?
You know, you get a stick and walk around until the stick twitches and dig there.
Oh, you've heard of it.
Yeah, I think most of the planet has. Okay, let's get a stick.
Uno momento. It must be a special stick, a Y of hazel.
Right. Do you have any hazel trees?
See, here. That is hazel.
What did he just give me something?
Catch you later, Lopez.
Adios, Senor Stobart.
What's hazel? This one?
I went over to find a suitable stick.
Okay, this must be it.
I don't believe it. There wasn't a single usable Y-shaped branch on the whole damn thing. I went over to find a... I don't... There wasn't a...
Of course. Of course. Why would there be? Why would there be a usable stick here?
Hi, Lopez.
Certainly.
Yeah.
I can't find any usable branches on that hazel tree.
No, que lata.
How am I supposed to find the well without a divining rod?
I have no idea, senor.
Oh, never mind.
What? George. Okay. Of
Catch
course.
you later, Lopez.
Adios, Senor Stobart.
So what do we do
So
here?
that was what a hazel tree looks like.
We like use the key and knock something, cut it in half somehow, brute force this thing? No.
So that was what I went over to find a suitable stick. I don't believe it. There wasn't a single usable Y-shaped branch on the whole damn thing.
Whoa. Okay, so maybe are we supposed to locate another set of hazel trees, I guess? Is that the puzzle maybe? Like look at these. They're like very thin pine trees, I guess. It's my best way of describing it. What is this? We got a hot spot here.
I went over to find a suitable stick.
Oh, yeah, this is it.
Aha!
It's a baby tree. Okay, so I think we have the stick now. Yeah, we do. I was gonna go to the inside one, but I saw that was a hot spot there.
It was a thin, supple twig of hazel.
Oh, supple. Good and nice supple stick. Let's go.
Hi, Lopez. Got a minute?
Certainly, senor. How can I help you?
Well, I got my divining rod. Now what?
Simplicity itself, senor. Hold the wand at the upper ends of the Y. Apply a little tension with your wrists so that the slightest movement of the wand's tip is clear, and walk slowly and steadily over the area.
Sounds easy enough. We'll find this well in no time.
George, if only that were the case. Of course, he's shooting water all over the yard.
Several hours later.
Is this like lawn darts going on over there?
Several hours later.
Senor Stobart, you've found something.
This is it. This is where we find the secret of the Templars. Hidden here for hundreds of years. Lost from the sight of man until now. The mystery is revealed.
It's a tin can.
I've been walking up and down with a twig in my hands, looking for a tin can.
It had water in it. That's what the dowsing stick must have detected.
I'd have to check with an archaeologist, but I don't think the Templars left that.
It's an ancient
In
can.
truth, Senor Stobart, the loan was laid many, many years ago. This can could date back to the Napoleonic Wars.
Get rid of it and I'll try it again. Lopez threw the can away. It seemed to fall an awfully long way. The splash at the end confirmed what we both suspected. Well, I'll be a monkey's uncle.
It has been here all the time. All those years and nobody found it.
Stood in awe for a moment, marveling at the secrets all around us.
I could have fallen down that.
Okay. Oh, see.
The well had been lost for decades at least. The air was cool after the noon sun, but that's not what gave me goosebumps. I have a really, really bad feeling about this.
So George, you're saying don't save, huh? Well, well, well. Yeah, somebody banned George from chat. Okay. So what do we have? We've got something going on over here. We can obviously go back up to Lopez. Can look at the well proper. Got this lion thing. We were talking about a lion earlier. So that's obviously a thing. So let's have a look.
I'd need tools to move all that stuff. Heavy equipment that just wasn't available.
Oh, I was gonna say we have tools. We've got a sewer key. We have a key thing. Got a mirror and a charred tissue. That's all you need, I think.
It was a long way down. The brilliant midday sun shone almost directly down the shaft, and I still couldn't see the water. I'd already risked my neck with one death-defying leap in Syria. I wasn't about to push my luck again. It was I wasn't. Thinking back to how long it had taken the can to fall to the bottom, I stayed as far from the edge as I could.
I mean, you're pretty much on the edge, George, but that's fair. I got you.
Sometime in antiquity, there'd been a rock slide. Big ones. I wished I'd had a hard hat.
Okay. Just checking to see if there's anything else I missed before we go dive into this lion. Here we go.
From a distance, the lion's head had been impressive. Close up, it was frightening. Hey, one of the fangs is a separate piece.
Okay.
I could hear the sound of a lot of stone moving.
That could be very
and
bad.
I knew I was in danger.
Oh no.
Senor Stobart! Senor Stobart! Are you all right?
Well.
Senor Stobart!
Okay. Well, that is a death. Okay. Well, I think what we did was okay, right? Let me just get these out. I don't know if it
was
matters
I was thinking
if I've
back.
looked at these things or not, but I'll have a just to make sure we're
I'd
there.
need tools to move heavy equipment. Sometime in big ones. A great stone. As far as I knew, nobody had cast eyes upon. Waiting in the words of the sun say. A great stone lion's head
Skip
with a
through this
gaping
whole thing.
maw full of fangs. As far as I knew, nobody had cast eyes upon it for centuries as it stood, waiting in the cool shadows. The words of the psalm kept running through my head. Save me from the lion's mouth. From a distance, the lion's head had been impressive.
Yeah.
Close up, it was frightening. Hey, one of the fangs is a separate piece.
Some. Let me just make this a little bit easier on myself. So my assumption is we do this.
And I knew.
We knew we were in danger. We do the dive. Lopez doesn't say anything this time.
Oh, very funny, you psychos.
Senor Stobart! Senor Stobart! Are you all right?
It's okay, Lopez, I'm fine.
Que susto me has dado! You gave me a scare!
Nice try, Templars.
We've got a ways to go, George. Nothing else here, right? This didn't create a new item. No. All right.
I wish that I had Leary's flashlight now. It just felt like a pitted stone wall. I'd almost been killed for the sake of a red herring.
Red herring, you say?
In the deep shadows, it was hard to make anything out.
Can we like use the Like, can we use the mirror to like reflect some light over here? I guess I could probably like try using things and seeing what he says, but it says dark. That's our best bet. Here we go.
There, in the middle of the door, I could see some kind of socket. It looked like this wasn't quite the dead end it had seemed.
Okay. I assume that we need to use the little key thing in the little hole thing. One might even call it a keyhole. Do I need to run away from this as well?
Open sesame! Another secret door.
It's fitting for this evening. All right. Well, we don't have any light, that's for sure. So we're going to have to hope for the best here. Here we go. That's not a good sign.
Before I left, though, there was one last thing to do.
Okay, that was it, huh? They're the kids, obviously, right?
You won't be needing that replacement piece anymore, Countess. I found it with the children. You'll probably want to be alone for a while. I'll be out in the garden with Lopez.
No words. Oh, we're back. Oh, Andre.
George, welcome back.
Come in, Josh. It's good to see you again.
Is it?
Sure. What did you
Archie.
find in Spain?
Without Andre, we wouldn't have got this far, Josh.
Yeah, I know. The clues led to an underground chamber at the bottom of a well. The Templars had left a tapestry showing a chessboard. The white pieces were vastly outnumbered. There was a stream running across the board, and a Templar knight on a horse.
Does it mean anything to you, Andre?
No, nothing.
Maybe we should tell Andre what else you found, Josh.
There's a map and a Latin inscription to the west at the edge of the world.
Georges found that in a cave in Syria.
Yeah, where the assassin almost killed me.
Then we have got the burning of Jacques de Molay and the date, 1314.
From the window of the church in Montfaucon Square, one of the few places where nobody tried to kill me.
Then we have the image of a church that Georges found at the excavation. I don't recall anyone trying to kill you there either, Georges.
And finally we have the tapestry in Spain. Did I mention I almost got killed there?
Not yet, but I'm sure you're about to.
It was only my cat-like reflexes that saved me from certain death.
Cat-like reflexes, eh?
And while I was risking life and limb, where were you, Andre? Getting your glasses fogged up over an Etruscan vase?
That's enough, boys. Can we get back to saving the world?
Of course. My apologies.
He started it.
Oh my god.
Well, the Latin phrase are the words of Julius Caesar. He was describing the island of Britain.
Are you sure? The map didn't look much like Britain.
How come Caesar described Britain as being at the edge of the world?
To the Romans, the Mediterranean was the center of the universe. Britain was a remote, unfriendly place, inhabited by blue-painted savages.
It hasn't changed much,
Heyo.
They've stopped painting themselves blue.
except when they go to a football match.
They used an extract from a plant called woad, Icetis tinctoria. The Scots were using it until fairly recently in their wars with the English.
Fairly recently? I don't recall the Scots being at war with the English. How recently are you talking about?
George, read the
I
room
believe William Wallace's men used it in the 13th century. They might well have been using it as late as...
You can't remember, can you?
1314.
Ah, we're back onto that, are we?
Andre, what is it? What do you mean?
1314 in Scotland. The Battle of Bannockburn.
That would explain the stream on the chessboard. That's what a burn is. Right, Andre? As in Bannockburn?
Right, George. And it gets better. Tradition has it that the Scots were helped by a shock force of, well, can't you guess?
Knights Templar?
Yes, a group of outlawed Templars. They are said to have turned the tide for the Scots.
And it all ends at a church in the Isle of Britain at Bannockburn in a church.
What are we waiting for? I'll call a cab.
All right, the game is afoot here.
I can't go.
Andre, you've been loads of help, but
What George is trying to say is that you shouldn't feel guilty.
I was.
We understand you've got commitments. Oh, listen, we have to hurry. Let's go, George.
We'll see it through. Oh, and, don't worry about us.
What is even going on? Like, I know that there was like a weird thing, I guess, but like, Andre, I don't know. That's very funny. Okay, well, we've done quite a bit. It's about 3 a.m., so I guess this is as good a time as any to take a stop here. I feel like we're getting to the end game. It feels like things are starting to come together. We've gotten all the pieces. Scotland. So we'll head up to Scotland here on the next stream, which will be on Thursday. Sorry to cut it off. I feel like we're on the precipice of something very interesting to happen here, but I gotta sleep. It's time to sleep, folks.